Welcome to this series of short videos on the Secure Pork Supply Plan. They are intended to supplement the information found at the website securepork.org. My name is Dave Wright, and I am the Minnesota coordinator for this project. This video will focus on an introduction to preparing for the foreign animal diseases that are common to swine. The Secure Pork Supply Plan is a national voluntary program. Its purpose has been to provide a workable continuity of business plan for commercial pork producers that's acceptable to state and federal animal health officials while providing a safe supply of pork for customers. Most people who have studied this issue have found that a foreign animal disease outbreak in the United States is highly probable. It's not if, but when. It's going to be really costly if we get one of these foreign animal diseases. It's estimated that in the event of African swine fever, the losses to the swine industry will be about $8 billion in the first year. In addition, there'll be losses to beef, corn, and soybean growers. In the event of a foot and mouth disease, the revenue losses will be even larger. It's estimated it will be $12.8 billion per year. And we have other species to concern ourselves with, other cloven-hoofed animals that will have losses. It's going to take a long time to recover market value. And in addition to the financial losses, there's going to be tremendous emotional losses and, of course, the inconvenience of movement restrictions. So the Secure Pork Supply Plan has been developed to aid those herds that are affected by the outbreak but not infected by the disease. We're hoping that this may offer some sense of control in a situation where all of us are going to feel somewhat out of control. The key phrase is continuity of business. We're trying to lay out the expectations of animal health officials that will give producers the highest probability of being able to move their pigs. So there's a caveat here. It's not a guarantee, but participation is going to put you at the front of the list. As you're continuing to work on this, think of it that you're trying to provide animal health officials and the movement destination with enough documented evidence to conclude that your pigs are safe to move. That is, that they're not infected. There are three basic components of the plan. The first is traceability and movement management, which is basically records. Second, there's enhanced biosecurity. And the third part is foreign animal disease training and response. And this is the part that we're going to be focusing on in this series of videos. All of this information can be found at securepork.org. There's so much information, however, that in attempting to assist producers and veterinarians in participating, we've put this together in 7 steps. The first is to familiarize yourself with the website. Second is to validate your premises. Third is to identify and find all your logbooks and health certificates. The fourth is to introduce the biosecurity plan template. The fifth is to create and label a premises map. The sixth is to complete the biosecurity template. And the seventh is foreign animal disease training and response, which we're going to be dealing in detail with on this series. To find this, you can go to this link, the University of Minnesota Swine Extension website, z.umn.edu/securepork7steps. There are 3 main foreign animal diseases that we are concerned with: foot and mouth disease, classical swine fever or hog cholera, African swine fever. They're all reportable to the OIE, which means that that's going to limit our ability to export product. None of them are a public health concern, but of course we have consumers that are very wary, and that will impact consumption of product. There are 4 basic principles of foreign animal disease training and response. The first is to observe, recognize the signs and lesions that are due to these 3 foreign animal diseases of swine. And in our future videos, we'll be detailing those in a more complete way. We want to be able to record intervention strategies. Know when you're going to call the veterinarian or an animal health official when you suspect there might be an outbreak, and then know who to report to in developing an emergency action plan. And finally, learning how to collect samples that might be needed in the event of surveillance in your area. A lot of this information is available on a pocket guide at securepork.org. And there are also a number of posters that you can get at www.pork.org or the Pork Store. And these can be hung up in your barns to help your employees look and know what to look for. Early recognition is critical. Report any suspicion of foreign animal diseases immediately, particularly animals with vesicles or blisters and unexplained septicemia or death loss. Remember that indemnity payments only apply to live animals, not dead animals. And it is the law to report any suspected cases. In the event you have difficulty reaching your veterinarian, there is a Minnesota duty officer that's available 24/7 at the number listed on the screen. This is the emergency action plan that can be developed. Notice that it has the PQA logo as well as Secure Pork Supply Plan. We are hoping not to duplicate too much efforts, but you need to, if you're already part of PQA, you've got a lot of the information that's already necessary to participate. Surveillance testing is something that you might be called upon to collect. You will not be conducting samples to confirm a diagnosis, but in the event there might be a positive in your area, you might be called upon to collect blood, oral fluids, nasal swabs, or tonsils. All of this information can be found at securepork.org. There's detailed information about disease monitoring and sampling. So I'd like to acknowledge and thank these individuals that have helped compile the material for this video. This series of videos has been produced with the help of the Minnesota Board of Animal Health and the University of Minnesota Swine Extension staff. Thank you for your interest in the Secure Pork Supply.